Good, 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 good. Well, I'm still on an hour ago's time, so I just looked up at my wall clock, folks, and sure enough, I 1 o'clock I missed out of probably 2 or 3 clocks. I got clocked all over the house. So, anywho, I got my office wall clock to shove it forward. So, if any of you guys are still out there on an hour ago's time, shame on you. We hope that enough of what we call the media would have gotten information out, let people know that we were springing forward, all backwards. So that's my service announcement for all you other ones that have already done it out there. Yesterday evening, I got most of my clocks set last night. I got my kitchen set up. So I had coffee at the right time. Can't live without my coffee. Obviously, guys, I broke my other announcement. Here we go. Caffeinated. Not decaffeinated. Caffeinated. That's 32 ounces of pure liquid it's over 32 ounces because they do leave a little room for spillage in case you put too much in there, but I fill it up. So it takes about 6.5 on the approximately 6.5 on the coffee pot to water wise when I have to make the grounds because unfortunately I put a little bit more what we want to call crude in there, leaded, not unleaded. Grounds in there when I make my coffee because I like mine just to had a hair bit strong, and that's because I'm a caffeine fanatic or addict, put it that way. So, but with all that being said, I had to, as my little title says, yet another box opening. I didn't just put Yabo on there. I actually spelt it all out. I thought humor. Humor for those that are just coming on to, and they do pass across my video and they say, "Oh, interesting," or "Oh, that's what it's about," and keep on going. I'm sorry, guys. I'm talking with my hands. That's the reason why I kind of lay them in my lap so I don't talk with my hands as much. I normally don't, but sometimes, occasionally, I do. So, but what this is about is McClellan. Now, this is my shameless shout out and my thing on this. This is not another mindless rambling that, oh, look at me, oh, woe is me, I got a broken wing. Guys, I'm going to say this in my own defense and for the defense of her. I know we've gotten used to these companies out there. Please, they're here real quick. Please hear again. Please forgive me for saying something about this. But I just felt compelled real quick before I go into my box opening to say this is people come and go. Companies come and go. People retire. People sell out. Other corporations buy them out. I can keep on going with companies that I can say that one company bought out this company and closed down all these stores. Well, this company is having financial problems, so they're shutting down a bunch of their stores and this, that, and the other. Please, I've personally have heard enough of this. I understand that people have their right to make their opinions, and yes, we do. I don't have a problem with that. But beating the dead horse, and beating the dead horse to the point. And this is my own little shameless saying of this. It's happening. There is not much of anything unless we are trillionaires or gazillionaires however you want to say it, have all the money in the world. We can buy out these recipes, buy out these companies, put our own people into place, get our government backing, or whatever country we have to get our backings from and all that stuff. Most of us don't have a single pin drop of enough money to do this with. So I know we get used to conformality, or however you want to say it, conform to, well, we've had this, we've had Pepsi Cola, we've had Coca Cola, we've had um, this person's brand of cereal, milk, whatever you guys want. I'm just throwing these things out there. We've had this, so we get used to it. We get to, well, I like this, so I want this. But when it goes away, what do? We all have to eventually move on. Okay? We have to move on. There's now I'm going to use a corporation out there. I'm not going to say their name, but I will say my wife does work for them. I go in there because I live in the northwestern part of the United States. I don't get the eclectic or the different styles and types of foods that some of the other parts of the United States get. So occasionally they will bring it into our stores by mistake, or however the happening happens, and they'll carry this brand or type of particular food that I'm used to when I grew up as a little kid, that my mom used to get for us and we used to have. Okay. Or I go back to where my mom lives in the South, obviously, and we get a different type of food in a lot of aspects down there. So the stores cater to those types of foods and stuff and brands of the South. Okay, occasionally we'll get it up here and they'll have it for a month, maybe 2 months, maybe even 6 months. Then all of a sudden, you go back in there and you're wanting to get some more of it because you like it. It's something from your childhood, or it's something that you just tried and you liked it and you want to keep trying it, liking it, because you live here and you can get it here now. All of a sudden you go, where is it? I can't find it. So you find an employee and say, hey, where's it at? Well, sorry, we weren't supposed to be really carrying that. That was just something that we got by mistake because it got put in our shipment and blah, blah, blah. We've had it for a few months, blah, blah, blah. And now it's gone. So now you're going, well, I got a hankering for it. I like the taste of it. I like whatever the case may be, folks. It goes back, and you can all, guys, can get where I'm going with this. This happens throughout the industry. I don't care if it's from a bottle of syrup or a type of glue that you use to glue a piece of paper together, or a shampoo that you use, or I can keep going. We're not. I'm gonna stop it at that part of that. A little bit of a rant there. We get this stuff, okay, and it's not saying that I haven't found, and I'm gonna go back to this. Found some tobaccos that I do like, okay, but when they disappear, there's a lot of across the United States. Yeah, you may have to search for some of this stuff. There's a lot of independent blenders out there that are still not being pigeonholed by our federal government, our Drug Administration, ATF, whoever all of them that govern this. There's still a lot of people out there that are making this stuff. I just ordered some from a company that I'm not going to mention their name because I don't want to get into that part of the war here, that naturally blends some of their stuff together. And they stopped for a while when the scare was out there of the ATF and the Drug Administration, with their little bit of a scare, but they're back up. I just say the blender, his name is Russ, and if that tells anybody anything, then you know who I'm talking about. Not all of Russ's blends are the best, not all, and And I surely do not think none of his are bad. I like them. Okay. But that's me. That's saying, the reason why I'm saying that is we don't have to rely on one national brand over another. Yes, we get used to, we want conformality, like if I'm pronouncing that or saying that correctly. We want a national brand that we can trust, that we know they've got some sort of background that they have to stand behind. So their quality standards are met to a level that we're all used to. We all understand that, because I want good quality, and I'm gonna say this, good quality tobaccos, not like we say, we don't want twigs and stems and seeds, and we all understand that. We want good quality leafed, even if it's aromatics or if it's English, Turkish, and I like, who's ever, whatever types of tobacco. We want the best that we can possibly get for the best price that we can get it for. Now, we all understand that. I know I went off subject just a short little bit here, but I got to say this because even in the last 4 days, I've heard, and I'm going to say this, people, please, I'm not picking on one person or other, but I've heard a lot of crybabies out there. Okay. And I'm not picking on one person or the other. I've got some really, really what I say in his Pipe Club community through YouTube that I think of the world of, and they've cried a slight amount about it too. That's not saying anything bad about it or anything bad towards them. Not saying that. Please don't take it that way. I'm just saying, we've all had our opinions, and I'm having my little rant opinion here right now. So we need to just slowly get over this, move on with life, and figure out, well, now I've got the opportunity to go out there and find somebody else's brand that's similar in mixture than what I'm used to, and try them. You don't have to buy pounds of it, please. Now, unfortunately, because of the budget that I'm on, I have to buy in bulk value. Let me put it that way. So some of the stuff, even though I haven't tried it yet, I'll end up buying it in pound or more quantities because of the per ounce type thing. And I have tried, like I said, I just opened a box the other day that I didn't do on air because I just didn't on that one because of reasons. But of a house blend, like I said, from Russ, that I actually enjoy. It's not overly strong. It's not overly mild. It's not heavy in what I call the nicotine butt kicking that some of this stuff can do, and give you such a terrible buzz and a sickness that think one bowl was enough, and so you just try to go another bowl, and then you go, oh my God, what I do to myself? Now I'm sick for the rest of the day. No, so there's other people out there. There's other brick and mortars, B&Ms out there that you can pick up tobaccos from. Some of them aren't going to be as cheap as some of the major and places that you can get them offline and that type of stuff. But I think if we think about it in legitimacy and in a true realm of it, we're going to survive this, people. The ones that are capable and able enough to happen to scoop up 5 or 6, 7, 8 tins, or how many hundreds of grams of, or half, 50 grams, 100 grams, 80 ounces, pounds upon pounds, 5 pounds, 10 pounds, whatever people are able to get. Hoarding is one thing, but if I can't afford it at the time that you guys hoard it, that's nothing against you. That's nothing against me, because I just can't afford it. I just have to come to the realization I can't have everything in life that I want, and I have to deal with it and move on. Okay. So if you're happen to be a little bit more fluid or a little bit richer than I am, or whatever the case may be, or you just have it at just that time to purchase it, more power to you through these brands and mixtures, flavors, uh, whatever the case may be. If you're able to get them, you know, and oh, I'm waiting for a paycheck or two down the road. Yes, I'm probably going to lose out before I get some of this stuff. Okay. But here we go today. Here's the meat of what I'm getting at. You know, with all this, guys, we're going to survive this. You know, I'm going to eventually, if I don't perish here in the next however many months to years, whatever the case may be, or, and it's just like anybody, you know, everybody's going to eventually get to that age where they're going to retire, or they need to quit working because they just physically can't work, or they have to sell the business off, or nobody else wants to buy it, so we're just shutting it down because we're to that point where it's time, or bad business shuts it down. Whatever the case may be, things are going to happen out there. So even if I didn't get to try a brand or a flavor or version of, there's still places out there that are going to still sell up across the world. You're still going to be able to get something if you absolutely, period, have to smoke. Okay. And I'm saying that for a reason also. None of us, habit or not habit, you don't have to smoke to get down to the realization of all this. Some of us shouldn't be smoking. And that's just my own shameless service announcement. And let it be at that. This is a habit of choice. It shouldn't be a habit of because I just have to have it. And folks, when I'm saying this and preaching this, I'm pointing the fingers at me, okay? Maybe one finger pointing that way, but look how many other fingers. I got 3 other fingers pointing back at me. So let's not get into that. I'm not trying to pull the thorn out of your eye before I pull the log out of my eye, as the biblical good book says. I'm paraphrasing it. Okay, that I'm not trying to do. So I'm just saying, there's a lot of things in life you can deal without. I don't have to have this computer. I can live life without this computer and without the internet and without social media. It's a nicety. It's not a necessity. Please, let's people. I am going to say that with my foot planted firmly on the ground. A lot of this stuff is niceties, not necessities. Let's say this. So there's other companies out there, other brands out there, other flavors out there. So we will survive this. We will get by. I've only been back into this. Let me put it this way: back into this for a few months, probably right at a year's period of time since I've smoked, and I've really gotten back into this. Okay. Well, however long, it doesn't matter. That's all immaterial, but it's been a while. And then I finally picked it back up, which here and there, we're not going to get into that part of it either. But with all that being said, if you still have to and want to smoke, we don't need to whine and cry because and I'm not saying this against anybody that has said something and said, oh, woe is me. You know, I've smoked this for this many years and now it's going away. I love this stuff. I want more of it. You know, if we got some and we can share to keep some people going until they figure out what else they want, whatever the case, that's great. We can share. We can, but like I keep coming down to, we'll survive this. We'll get through it. And I've got some of my own favorite blends. People, please, that if I lost them, I'd be kind of upset too. As everybody's figured out, I'm an aromatic man. So if I lost some of my aromatic brands out there that I came accustomed to, let's get that said. So what we came accustomed to, now it's been taken away from us, and now we're going sniffle, sniffle, cry, cry. I can't get it look at me wounded, that type of thing. Please, I'm not saying everybody just shut up about it. No, please don't let me. I'm not trying to be an ass and say that. No, I'm not saying that, because we're all going to mention things about it, and we should keep the memories alive. Don't get me wrong. Memories alive of what we had and what we and say, oh yeah, you remember that? That was good, wasn't it, back then? You know, and I'm going to say this because some of you might remember this, some of you might not. It's just like the 7-Up candy bars. Candy bars that had 7 different flavors of candy in one candy bar. Now, I enjoyed those as a kid, and I've tried for years to find them, and I've gone through some of the antique candy distributors that do some of those candies and stuff, and tried several times to find out if they can get them, or somebody makes them on a limited basis and all that stuff. And I've been told, I just heard something outside and the dog get irritated. But why I'm saying all this, folks, is because I can't get it. So I enjoyed it as a kid, and now I can't get it. I have to move on with life and find other things to satisfy it in a good way, not in the bad. I'm not talking about in the bad way of satisfying things. So with that being said, let me get off that. I apologize for doing that little service rant right there, because I've got an X-Acto knife, because I don't have my pocket knife on me right now. I've got a box I want to open, yet another box opening. And I'm going to say this with all that. I got to laugh, guys. So you're thinking I'm probably the most squirreliest idiot out there, because I went through all this service announcement. Then I say this. I got me a box, and it's from it's from a company that all you guys that order from them, that's got the the picker's name on the front of it. We know who this is from smokingpipes.com. Okay. I got me a box from those guys. And I'm going to do it this way first, because I want to do it this way. I want to open up the packing slip first, and then I'll get into this. Because with all that being said, I'm on the YouTube here the other day, listening to Sergeant Savinelli and his little sniffles. Now, I'm saying that as a ha-ha. Not nothing against you, Sergeant, because I love you and I respect what you do for this community. And I'm not going to pull any punches on that. I think you're a excellent friend and the guy. I'm just saying that because that's how kind of my starting this whole thing, where I said, we're all crying about this. If we can get it, yeah, let's get it. But if we can't, there's not much that we can do about it. I mean, there's a lot of things that we wish. I mean, I wished I had my '65 Chevy back from way back when I first got it, my '65 Impala Super Sport. Transmission on the floor, floor shifter. I can keep going. I've got several different things that I talk about this. But get into this. Like I said, it was from Crystal. Crystal's the one that did it. So and I'm looking at this box, guys, because I'm on the internet looking, because you can see what the size of this box is. I'm doing this to show you, and the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm going to start opening this while I'm rambling here. Is that I'm thinking, grams, and I'm an American, and I don't deal much with. I deal with ounces. Okay, and for all of you guys that there's a lot of us that are in this community that are an American, and we know our conversions and that type of thing, but I don't know all of my conversions. So grams to ounces centimeters to meters, um, cubics to whatever. I'm not versed in all that, so please bear with me when I start talking this thing, because I'm on listening to Sarge and reading his comments and making comments back, because I've got a respect for Sergeant Savinelli that will not go away. I think the world of that man, and that's my shout out to him today too. I got to say this, because he's the one that got me started, and a few other people. And I've read some reviews on this particular tobacco and stuff, and a few of you guys that were a little bit crying about it because they were in so much of fear of losing the chance to get this. I wanted to get the Frog-Morton line, and I'm going to say that, folks, the Frog-Morton line, so bad to try it, because I was just starting to get into the crossover blends and the English blends, Turkish blends, the Oriental blends. You know, I was starting to get into that through. I'm going to give this shout out to Pipe Cat Larry, to the point that he started me on my English my English journey. He sent me down the English channel of tobaccos. I've seen a new world out there. I've delved in a little bit of the Latakia, the Periques here by accident, and I'm starting to figure them out. I'm starting to go through the blends. I'm starting to do the research on them, find out what's in these tobaccos, and there's a new world out there. So I'm just coming into this, guys, and then we're losing these companies and losing these particular recipes. Okay. With all this being said, that I'm upset too. Okay, that I'm losing some of this stuff. But back to Sergeant Savinelli. His little, well, it's official, guys. I'm crying because I can't get a particular. I'm just going to say it, Frog-Morton. Okay, through the roundabout way, I had just a little bit of my what I call my allowance for the month that I squeezed a little bit. I mean, I squeezed the rag a little bit more so I could get a little bit more liquid out of it the best I could. And when somebody said, "Oh, they've got it. If you want it, better do it now or forever hold your peace." I know Sarge was on the mailing list or the email list to say, "Hey, it's available. If you want it, you better get it ASAP now. Don't sit around and wait. You can have up to this amount of grams of it." So I heard that. I was fortunate enough. I'm not saying this in that I'm trying to take advantage of anybody. I'm not one of those people that's going to turn right around and put all this stuff on eBay and try to make my millions and retire off it. That's not what it's for. I don't believe in that. Now, I believe if you've got abundance and you say, well, yeah, I need to sell some of it off, sell it off for a reasonable market rate. Don't just try to gouge people that are just trying to get some just so they can have some, wean themselves off of it, whatever the case may be, until they figure out what they like and can start doing that as their daily or weekly or whatever um, flavors and stuff. But when that person said, because I've been wanting to try this tobacco, I've been wanting to try it because I've heard such good reviews from everybody. And some of you longtime YouTubers, or even if you've only been here a couple years or whatever, you have your wits about you and your opinions on your reviews and your tobaccos and all that stuff means something to me personally. Might not to everybody, but it means something to me. Because this is how you long timers or you ones that know tobaccos enough. I'm not saying we all know everything about all of it, because we don't, but we know enough to guide us through this. And like I said, it took me quite some time before I got on the English, Turkish, and all that side, and start to delve into, oh, there's another world out there of this if you really want to do this. And you want to do this as a moderate, let me say this, moderate hobby, a relaxing hobby, not something you have to do it 12 bowls a day and every time you, or whatever, and you crave it from the time you get up and you crave it till the time you go to bed. No, I'm not talking about it that way. That's a side of it that I don't agree with. But with all that being said, when they said, oh, they've got this, if you want it, you better get over there now. And then Sarge said, well, I already know. They already informed me. I've already ordered so many of them. And then he got some really, really good quality people that he's done some videos on that have helped him out with that. And I'm glad for him. I'm happy that he's got the capability, because all of us don't have that talent or have the friendship, or, and I'm going to say this, but this is just a ha-ha funny side of it, brown nose side of it, to be able to come up with some of these particular brands and blends and all this stuff. I'm not first in how to do all that. I just got lucky. Like I said, when I was on that video, and I wasn't even done with the video at that particular point in time, when I read the comment and it says, well, they've got it, want it, and then he commented back, I already know, they've already informed me, I already ordered mine. I just immediately shut that video off, or paused it, I should say, went to my computer, because I've got this particular company, and you guys know who it is. I got them bookmarked. I went directly there, and yes, they still had a bunch of it on hand. I could only order up to so many, but I'm a poor boy. Here we go back to this. I'm going to say this. I'm on a very, very, very water paper thin budget. So thin that I don't know how to explain it. You can see several miles through how thin it is. So I had to weigh it. Am I going to get myself in trouble? Am I going to financially suffer because of it? I still had just a small amount of my budget left, and like I said, I squeezed it both ways on this one, thinned it out as best I could, watered it down as best I could, and said, yes, I'm going to do it. So I immediately did it. I put my order in, and yesterday it came in, but I was on with my good friend and becoming one of my best friends. And now I'm Pipe Cat yesterday that I didn't do the box opening. I decided, because he asked me would I do it online and all this, do it on here, because I wanted to do a Yabo on it anyway. But I needed to get my little rant out there real quick, and I'm going to get off here really, 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 really quick here. And I mean that this time. But I just have to get, okay. So Pipe Cat was 100% correct when we were talking yesterday, when we called each other yesterday, because we were asking questions and hashing out some club things and some family situations. We don't need to get into that, but we were. So and I saw this box, like I was showing you guys, 100 gram tins. Okay, that's what I ordered. I ordered 2 of them, so 200 grams. To me, when you see the cans on their website, or anybody that's showing their tins of this, and they're saying 100 grams, well, you look at the tin and you go, that's a lot of tobacco. I get my box yesterday afternoon. It was about, by the time I got out to the mailbox, because the mail, I mean, I've got alert service on my computer, my phones, and name it. It tells me I got something. So, because we do have a problem with the neighborhood people coming around and taking our product from us. I mean, they'll go in your mailbox. They don't hesitate to care about the federal side of it. I mean, a thief is a thief, and so they'll take it. So anyway, that's the reason why I got all the alert stuff as much as I can. And it and I will say this real quick. I wished FedEx and UPS go back to you have to sign for it to get it, or we won't deliver it. I wish they would do that. I really do wish they would do that, but they don't anymore. They just throw it on the porch, the steps, underneath the eave of the house, in a certain spot where you tell them to, and then off they drive. So, with that being said, folks, I need to get off here fairly quick now. Good old McClellan. I was able to snag some. Like I said, as soon as I heard, I dropped everything. Like I said, put everything on pause, and immediately, that's 100 grams of Throgmorton Cellar. I'm not going to do an opening today. I'm just going to show you that, yeah, I got my Yabo. Just another box opening. I did get it. And I thought, because of the size of the box, I didn't understand that, oh, they're actually smaller tins than I thought. And this is all I could afford. Like I was saying, folks, all I could afford, because I've been wanting to try this so stinking bad that I was floored when they were saying they're going out of business, couldn't get it anymore, people crying about it, everything. But when I heard, I finally got me. Hopefully, I will cherish these and smoke them only occasionally. There's Mr. Froggy. This is Cellar. So I got my good whiskey oak cast flavor here. And I'm saying that just to let you know. And I will come back because I do need to get off here. I've got situation developing that I need to get off. But here we go, folks. I got it. I said my shameless disclaimer. All this just for a reason. That's not picking on anybody, but we've heard it a lot here, people. We need to slowly start getting off of our rant and raves about this, because life will go on. We'll get through this, and we'll move on. We'll find other blends if we really want to keep the habit or the hobby, the relaxation going. If we want to do that, we will. We'll find other options. You know, we will be able to continue on with this. Just as long as it doesn't get so bad that we got to pay, like I hear some import taxes or duty taxes that I've heard in the last few months from one country to another. I heard that just from the United States going to Canada about scared me when somebody got caught on the duty side of it. That about freaked me out when I heard that the last time I heard it. As long as it doesn't get into that stupidity. But here again, I'm not to the point where I'm addicted. I have to have it. There's no way I can live with life. And Pipe Cat, if you're listening to me, if you do hear me, you when you review this, please bear with me on what I just said, because him and I know what I'm talking about. But with this being said, I got some. So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. I need to sign out. I need to get, because like I said, I got a situation developing, happening. I need to get to it and get it taken care of. So I got me a Yabo. I have 200 grams. Hopefully that'll last me, if I ration it out correctly, last me a while. And if there is any way that I can possibly bump across, maybe getting some more down the road, because I know it's out across the board, because I've looked, it's out across the board, and I was lucky to get the 200 grams that I've got. So with all that being said, good day, God bless. Thank you, YouTube community. I love you all. None of that was said, and none of this was said to pick on anybody. It was just saying, let's move on. Let's figure it out. You know, it happens. Life goes on. People retire. Companies close down. You know, there's a lot of things out there in life we're just going to have to deal with. So we're going to have to deal with this. So good day, and I love you all. I love this community. Thank you. And like I said, there again, good day. This is the Sunday starting of our new week. Let's have an enjoyable week. And as I'll go through it, keep your mattress dry, keep your bowls full, keep your pipes lit. Um, you know, I can keep on going with what we all say. We all have a little good ditties on this. So let's enjoy it. Thank you.